Let's fight. It's Friday night. Let's fight, folks. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from tonight. Let's fight. Pace and power. How are you folks doing there? Happy Friday evening. We're into the weekend, folks, and we're into the new month. Tomorrow comes, it's the first day of June, and we're happy that you folks have been with us all month long and will be with us for the next month and the month after that and the month after that. But good to see each and every one of you on the live. Y'all know how we say it. We on the live. Share that live for us. Smash that emoji button, folks. Smash. Rosetta Martin, we see you there. Smash that emoji button, folks. Partner with us as well. We can keep on doing these programs on your behalf, folks. We can keep on bringing you folks like Cheryl Haywood and Abida Monroe, valid, credible information all the time. That's what we want to do. The valid and credible information. We got the fight card set. It's only y'all missing the opener, folks. The opener. Those of you who joined our program this morning, for your information, those of you who joined the program, we told we'd circle back to this. This is the Thomas Land Road. Is that the name of it? Thomas Land Road. Every 2 mornings, this road closed down for repairs. They said it's closed now for 2 weeks. The road blocking up quick. That's the opener tonight. That's the opener. The road blocking up quick. You see this corrupt government? Just ready to dish out contracts to friends, family, and favorites. That road leads down to Camp Street. Closed for 2 weeks now as they're doing some repaired works there. Closed. Yet again. Another contract gotta give out to friends, family, and favorites. Another contract gotta give out. So Jagdeo gets Jagdeo. Another contract. Not gonna make the money. You gotta give a 5% consultation fee. Who will we tonight? Road closed again, yet again. For 2 weeks. Thomas Land Road, you come from the Campaign Ghana, you come down. Past the National Park, you're coming down, heading to Camp Street. Road closed again. Every 2 days, this road is breaking up. Who with us tonight? Who got the courage to share the live? Let folks see what's happening in this country. Let folks see what's going on here. There's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of foolishness happening in this beloved country of ours. Are you seeing this? Friends, family, and favorites. But why you can't buy everybody, you know. I'm hearing a lot of the indigenous villages. They're being rejected. We can come to that just now. In a lot of the indigenous villages, rejecting them. Who gonna share the live for us tonight? Cecilia Clark, Jennifer Hadley, Vanilla Garnett, Oren Baker, Everett Small, is it you? Cheryl Glenn. What's happening in our beautiful? Every 2 days, this road got closed down. Always got to half the road was falling in the canal. Now they've closed it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks they've closed it. 2 weeks. The opener. The opener, folks. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. Don't even circle to that. That's what's happening in our beloved country. That's how the thief any money, you know. It's Alibaba and the 40 thieves. As we start tonight, folks, let's tell you some of what's happening internationally. Shall we, folks? Some of what's happening around the world. Good to have each and every one of you here with us, folks. The old boy Trump. Father have mercy. All your boy. Trump could be having some travel troubles. They're telling us, you've ever had any travel troubles? I'm hearing one of our local businessmen might have had some travel troubles recently. It's Kush. The name Kush familiar to anybody? Had some travel troubles. Businessman locally here. You think it's easy in this country now? Or they asked him and said a question about Jagdeo, a whole set of stuff. Jagdeo and all manner of things. You see, if you're involved with nothing, you're not going to be worried about anything. I managed to sleep comfortably the night come. You know, I sleep. I sleep the sleep of the contented. You ain't got the problem with the soul. Not the folks that got a problem with me, but I ain't got a problem with the body. Y'all know the kind of way? Trump could be facing travel bans in 38 countries. 1.2 to match every guilty verdict, every guilty charge. 1 to match 38 countries. Trump could be banned in because these country folks do not allow felons. Please and thank you. You gotta come good. You have to proceed really good. They don't allow any and the all sorts. Places like UK, Trump might not be able to go. Could you imagine that? What a thing. So all the commentators saying US is in some uncharted territory with Trump restrictions. Folks, good folks, this is what they're telling us. We're not making up things here, you know. Former president, now a convicted felon, could face significant travel restrictions due to strict immigration policies worldwide. Found guilty in this high-profile hush money case stemming from payments he made to Stormy Daniels. You remember that? Payments he made, how he denied that to Stormy Daniels during his 2016 presidential campaign. Yeah. Maintaining his innocence, he claims this trial was politically motivated. So a lot of G7 nations he might not be able to travel to, including Canada, the UK, Japan, Israel, China. All of them have policies prohibiting entry of individuals with felony convictions. Yeah. Yeah. But we don't even have to have felony convictions. The US stopped a lot of people. They stopped May, stamp a big, revoke your visa right on the spot, you know. Demote May one time. And then a senior policeman coming through New York, they stopped him and questioned him. A lot of people in this country involved in a lot of nastiness, you know. A lot of nastiness. And then we hear about this Kush businessman was stopped recently and questioned again by US authorities about his interactions with certain key government officials. Mr. Kush, I'd love to hear from you. You're part of this. What did they ask you? You know, Jagdeo never tell us what they asked me. Me never proffered what she was asking. A lot of people getting stopped. Right? I get stopped by Guyanese working at the airport. Say, come and take a photograph with you, Mr. Dog. Clicks, clicks, clicks. That's the stop I get. More get you. May get you. American visa revoked one time. What happens? Nothing quite shit on, boy. Quite shit on one time. You should see me and all kinds of photographs and so on. You know, some of them, this government frightened to travel. frightened to travel. Got folks taking up the travel assignment overseas, working for the government, you know. Frightened. Now it's the name I heard, Kush. Kush gets stopped. And we know that Barry Dataram, he fly to the States, whoops, gone with him. So there's a lot happening. A lot of people got travel troubles, and that's Trump alone. And then we're hearing, good folks, oil prices have fallen. And that's why we know if we hedge our bets on oil alone, we're in problems. But them boys have forsaken all the other sectors. The non-oil sector, everything that's not the oil sector is non-oil. The non-oil sector has been forsaken. Spurly size problems. Kush ke hole. Several phone calls I get today. You hear Kush ke hole? You hear Kush ke hole? And sometimes, you know, semantics and how words are placed in a sentence. I don't know Kush got a hole. You know, I'm not too afraid. No, it's a hole. No. He was detained by U.S. authorities. Coach get hole. Yeah. Volatile oil prices, a volatile world we're living in. Soon you blink, you miss something. Soon you blink. We got to watch this. We got to watch this, Vashti. Please and thank you. We got to be very concerned what's happening there. Siobhan McDonald and all the other folks. We got to watch that. But good to have all of you on the line. Let's turn our attention to some of what's happening in the Caribbean. Abigail Norton, Carol Braithwaite, Braffett, Siobhan, Tommy Gibbs. Good to have all of you all. Ring the bell for y'all, man. Y'all make me feel so proud on a Friday night. 1,400 of you on this live. You have a second with your life, huh? I'm so grateful to have all of you here. Bring it back for you all. Not them boys. I ain't happy to have them boys. But of course, they got to come with the valid and credible information. They got to come with. Here's some what's happening around the region, folks. Outstanding salaries. This is next door, you know. In Suriname. Right next door. Right next door. Here what happened next door. The Surinamis. They got a 2-day deadline to pay outstanding salaries to public servants. 2 days. Including teachers, or they're going to face legal action. They're telling us attorneys representing some affected public servants say they've registered their grievances. This is in association with the Association of Teachers in Technical Education in Suriname. They claim that the salaries of many government officials, including members of the government, paid better than them. Court said, no. Pay the teacher the money. Pay the teachers their money. That money can be paid, you know. But 4 months now, the GTU fighting this dastardly government, cowardly, wicked government over salaries. And they're flinching, you know, inventing all kinds of fictions. Inventing all kinds of fictions. Saddam Hussein, you know the fellow political. Saddam didn't know he did negotiating. And then the dashing Hussein Autar, the candidate activist political girl, the dashing. And things have gone nowhere because they don't want it to go anywhere. They're wicked. You're wicked, PPP. Just admit that. First thing you can do in solving a problem is admit you got one. Admit you got a problem, PPP. You're wicked. You're wicked. And it is any small wonder, brothers and sisters, why people in this country are rejecting them. It's no surprise. Lots of the indigenous villages during these village elections, once PPP, have stepped away from them. Fastest growing economy in the world, highest GDP, high income country. And our indigenous brothers and sisters said, if Cathy's run away and Doc could run away, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? We can't run away. Listen to what Marvin Williams said in a press conference of the PNCR quite recently. The indigenous brothers and sisters are moving away from the PPP. Take a look for yourself and take a listen.
The recent village elections in the Amerindian communities have highlighted the independence of some of the communities. Advocate Marvin Williams told a press conference today that the communities have rejected the candidates imposed by the government.
The People's Progressive Party's relentless effort to interfere with, manipulate, and dominate the process, stacking villages with their chosen tushos, has been rejected. The vast majority of residents of indigenous villages have opted instead to stake an indomitable claim to the self-determination, a right for which the PPP has little or no regard.
Williams said that in almost every village, the PPP financed, supported, and campaigned openly for its preferred candidates.
The PPP ventured as far as manipulating the qualifying conditions for participating in the electoral process when their preferred candidates faced formidable challenges. Even the nomination process was manipulated. Persons who were nominated had their names removed from lists of nominees in some cases.
He said that in one case, the entire process was cancelled. He said that in the face of the assault, the PPP preferred candidates lost.
This resounding rejection by the indigenous peoples has put the Jagdeo Ali administration in panic mode. Irfan Ali has mounted a taxpayers-funded campaign as a countermeasure. President Ali yesterday rushed into the Barima-Waini region with a scheduled 7 communities visit over 2 days.
The 7 communities are those that appear to have moved away from the PPP, according to Williams.
The failure of the PPP's regional chairperson to deliver has placed that chairperson in hot water. Ali sees this as a job for the presidency and is busy sharing out money without a plan on his visits. Meanwhile, the flood-hit villages of the Rupununi that are crying out for support have been abandoned.
He said that the Rupununi is in crisis. He said that Ali is in Region 1 demonstrating to the regional chairman how to dominate and control the people.
Roads have been washed away. Bridges have been destroyed. Farms have disappeared, and homes are at risk. Schools, health facilities, road transportation, and other services have been disrupted. Clearly, there is no national or regional disaster preparedness plan.
He said that Ali and Jagdeo are trying to outdo each other in Region 1 while ignoring the people of the Rupununi.
Yep. Ali and Jagdeo trying to outdo each other. People rejecting them. Ali and Jagdeo. The people, our indigenous brothers and sisters are rejecting them. Man got on a 5 village tour. And just the 7 villages that make a turn from them. Make a beeline. Jagdeo. Make a beeline. It better be he. Long time. Better forget him. And folks, brothers and sisters, these were some very, very, very questionable elections. Very, very questionable elections. Loan Hall, Debbie, in one community in Santa Cruz called Little Canubali. That's a lovely name. I'm going there in July. Promising folks, the Little Canubali. The returning officer telling people who can and cannot vote. Your skin too dark, you're not indigenous. Your skin too light. You look like you smoke Caucasian, then I'm Amerindian. You can't vote. You're the boundary. Oh, you live across the river. No, you can't vote. You go for that. Is Steve the thief in the election, you know? Christopher, Rosetta, June. Is Steve the thief in the election? I'm telling you all, I spoke to the people from Little Canubali recently. Listen to some of what they told us. The lady said she was nominated. The man said, no. Not you. That's what some of these returning officers did. Take a listen.
One of the residents would have stood up to nominate someone else, and he entertained that. And then my arguments were discarded, and he closed me off by saying, you would not be allowed to be a nominee at this election. Um, and those persons who living across the river or anywhere besides the within the boundaries, the legal boundaries of the community, you will not be allowed to vote. Lo and behold, that did not happen because I came out. I left Little Canning Valley, Santa Cruz, came to Santa Rosa to seek some advice from other colleagues and friends and support. I came to Georgetown to further that case too. And so I wasn't present at the elections on election day, but the people across the river, some of them were allowed to vote, even though he said that we cannot vote because we're living out of the boundary. And as well, in the community, well, I can't say it's part of the community anymore because if you're dealing with me technically that I'm across the river outside of the boundary, then those persons who are living on private property that is on the same side of the river as the village, then those persons should be allowed to vote too. But they were allowed to vote. Eh? Yes.
Ted, what are your thoughts based on what your colleagues said?
Well, Sherrod, I was very disappointed in what transpired because my colleague here is not just my colleague, she is my first cousin, two Indigenous sisters. Just the skin complexion might be different, but we're from the same origin. And the issue, it's the most disappointing part is where the people on the other side of the river, they're on traditional land, and it's the extended boundary as well, proposed extended boundary, which people live there for centuries. And there are other people living on private property on the map. It shows where there is the save and accept clause, and they had not put those people separately. They were allowed to vote at the election as well. And before that, we had Tushaus who used to live on the Roman Catholic land, which is also a private property, and they were eligible to contest the election. And there were deputies and other councillors living on the other side of the river, and they too were a part of the council board. So I don't understand at this point in time where they come up with all of these problems to cause us even more bigger problem. Because what happened in the village is that residents normally look up to these government officials as very professional people, and they would normally go with whatever they say. But in this case, whatever happened never follows the Amerindian Act. It was a whole different setup. The Amerindian Act clearly states how the election should be governed, and it's never stated that the returning officer comes to decide who you should put there, what are the he decide what are the criteria for a two-show to run. Everything is already set out there. So everything went against the Amerindian Act. Everything was, he had his own political agenda as to
Who they want to put there?
who they want to get there. And that's not something that we should allow. So most people are so disturbed over that. And what really bothers us now is that if we continue to leave this issue that happened presently, it can continue to repeating itself and even get worse. Because we had people who get so angry that they want to fight physically. So what he did caused more disruption than unity. So if we are preaching a one Guyana, we should be able to follow the rules, and we should be guided by the Amerindian Act. And the government themselves know, the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs well know that that is our traditional lands for centuries. They know that that is our proposed extension, and they themselves know that we had people being leaders from all those areas before, and we had that issue.
Yep. In their own words, to residents, family, you see how we are so closely knit in this country. He said that this family, first cousins. Yeah. The PPP rigging mechanism. Hard at work. Hard at work. And they're fixing problems in this country, you know. They're not solving problems. So one of our viewers just said when we flushed Jagdeo and Irfan and Ashni, Nandlal and Kwame, when we flushed them, show the bill going up. You know, we're going up 2 accidents in this country. We cross here, no. People of faith, you better pray. Fatal accident reported. This is in leg 1 of the last 24 hours. Young man rode into a GPL lamp post. Or as we say, a lantern post. Leg 1, the island of leg 1. Early this morning is what 3:20, 3:30 they say. Enterprise Public Road, leg 1. Young man, 23-year-old motorcyclist, lost his life. Vikash Singh, riding his motorcycle, crashed into the GPL lamp post. Report said he was riding at a fast rate, not wearing a safety helmet, when he lost control of his vehicle and the western parapet, and the front portion of his motorcycle collided with the GPL pole. That's 23 years old. Thoughts and prayers with his family. So what's happening, these guys can focus some more on. Crime, no attention there. But they're busy with Kidackie. Busy with Kidackie. And this is regional news. They're telling us a father shot a son who was trying to attack him with a machete. They should have been a little early in our broadcast, but there it is. This is what we wanted to get at. 23-year-old, listen to this, 23-year-old supermarket owner held at gunpoint. No, Limbaugh just said investigations ongoing. A 22-year-old Chinese supermarket owner held at gunpoint and robbed an undisclosed amount of cash, a quantity of phone cards. The incident occurred around 1650 hours on Thursday. Robeson? Well, last year I see Hickens. Hickens retired. Well, last year I see Hickens. Like he gets up and asks questions too. Well, last year I see y'all boy. When last? 22-year-old Chinese supermarket owner held at gunpoint and robbed. Thursday, this incident is reported to have happened. And one of the suspects, 23-year-old O'Neill Batson of Durban Street Lodge, was shot by the supermarket security guard while escaping. Young people taking their energies in all kinds of different directions. Said he's currently under police guard at Georgetown Public Hospital. And this is the Good Luck supermarket in Sophia, Seafield, Sophia. This is where all this went down. See, Nigel Hughes got some misuse. You ever been called a Negro? That's what they call Kidackie. A Negro. Nigel Hughes said, you ain't gonna dress me client, sir. Don't come round with funny. We'll come again. And wrote to the Ethnic Relations Commission. Some nonsense Higgins Police Force doing here. He's written to the Ethnic Relations Commission. Said this word here should not be used. You know, somebody call you a Negro. What is that? You know what I mean on the streets? You like your life. And Nigel has written to them. I'm happy you finally put in the Ethnic Relations Commission to some positive work. Putting him to some positive work. Putting them to some good use. After long, can't be going wrong. Police calling nobody here. You know, this is somebody's call you boy. A big grown man said, boy. Negro. If you know, you better smash that button. You better ring that bell for us. You're joining us on YouTube. Ring that bell for us. Please and thank you. Thank you, Nigel. Putting them in the place. Putting them in the place. Sometimes you gotta... Hold on. Let me get some feedback on that. Real time. Hold on. Let me get some feedback. You see, I hurt, you know. We in the body. We can dead and some ulcers. No. One time. Hold on. Let me get some feedback. Better come right. Describe Kidackie as a Negro. I was listening to David Hines before coming on with Dr. Vincent Adams, Vince Adams and some others. I think Mark was there and another guest recounting this story. But the other boy Jagdeo said, police moving too slow. This issue happened months ago. Then you got a problem with people calling a Negro. A Negroid. You got a problem, said, they didn't arrest you early enough. They didn't arrest Kidackie early enough. According to him. Listen to some of what went down with the old boy.
Following the arrest of Kidackie Amsterdam, who was recently charged with the offense of using a computer system to encourage or incite persons to commit a criminal offense against the President of Guyana, Vice President Dr. Jagdeo, at his recent press conference, spoke on the situation. In Amsterdam's program, which was live, there was a section whereby a caller made what has been seen as disturbing criminal acts on the President, Vice President, the Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal, and the Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh, who are all members of the government. Jagdeo said that the police were slow on this matter since that program was aired since earlier this year. He said that this is an extremism of the WPA and the people who are leading the organization. He said that they have taken this far away from what Walter Rodney vision was for Guyana.
They are a French party. Nobody knows about them. They live on past glories on the Walter Rodney era. And what we have are just racists there posing as though they're representing Afro-Guyanese interests. If you look at David Hines, he was part of the last government. He was getting a salary, I think. Not one day did he represent any Afro-Guyanese interests in the 5 years when APNU basically was decimating everyone. Indo-Ghanese, Afro-Ghanese, everybody.
The vice president said that the police should address these matters seriously, not because they are personal. If this violent rhetoric should take over the society, then it could lead to serious consequences. Jagdeo condemned Amsterdam's action.
That's what he said. Why don't shut it down, mouth? Why don't shut it down? Hold on. Let's get some feedback, Jagdeo. Why don't shut your damn mouth? Stop talking a bundle of nonsense, a pack of lies. Nobody know the party, but you know it. That's the most important thing. Clearly they're watching. The people who don't know that, at least they're watching the program. At least they got some people at the broadcast place and sending you all the reports. Pack of foolishness. Who more racist than Jagdeo? Bald head. Who more racist than he? And that's beyond them. You know, Linden had a set of rain the other day. They haven't been given the mining tongue. They haven't been given the region 10 the resources that it needs and deserves. Darren Adams today says, it's a set of misinformation, a pack of lies, just like you heard there. Pack of lies, just like you heard there. Being told in Linden is the people in Linden. It's the administration in Linden. It's them, mismanagement and incompetence. When is the PP, you know? Oh, they love that reverse psychology. They love that reverse psychology. Love it. Tommy Gibbs, Dan Abrams, Savage Tish, love it. Alana Tang. Alana said, King Liar Jagdeo. True story. Angela Jordan, King Liar. Listen to what the Region 10 chairman, Darren Adams, said in a press conference recently.
Region 10 Chairman Darren Adams has accused Works Minister Juan Edgell and Prime Minister, retired Brigadier Mark Phillips, of waging a disinformation campaign. Adams said that Edgell had proclaimed that the government isn't short of money.
He said, we ain't short of money. That was a statement that he made public. And so I call on the government to ensure that compensation is given to those farmers who would have lost millions of dollars in their produce. They worked hard over the last couple of months, years, and they would have lost everything. And many persons as well would have lost millions of dollars in their appliances. And so we hope that an assessment, which is being done by the municipality through the mayor's office and the RDC through my office, will be honored.
Adams said that in the last statutory meeting of the Regional Democratic Council, the council noted the urgent need for a drainage assessment.
The clerk of council, Mr. Dwight John, who is appointed by the president and can only be fired by the president and reports to the president, would have indicated, and he suggested, that a professional surveyor be hired to undertake the drainage assessment and survey the drainage system in Linden and Region 10.
That was in 2023 at the statutory meeting. The clerk had said that the administration was unable to undertake such an assessment.
Now, yesterday, Minister Edgell blamed Mayor Solomon, the councillors, the regional chairman, and councillors. But here it is, the clerk of council, who's appointed by the president, and who the first person that Minister Edgell and the Prime Minister called when they got into Region 10 wasn't the mayor or the regional chairman who were out at midnight on the ground with families. They reached out to the town clerk of the municipality and they reached out to the REO. I have not received a call up to now.
But the clerk had committed to put the relevant systems in place. The regional executive officer would be asked at the next meeting for an update on the commitment by the clerk. And the Prime Minister Phillips reportedly blamed the Region 10 administration for the impact of the floods currently affecting Linden.
In 2005, Region 10 rescued people from the coastline. When the coast was flooded, Region 10, we provided them with housing. Many of them remained in Linden until day like today. In 2001, when Kokwani was flooded, without support from the government or the CDC, we activated the Region 10 disaster preparedness because we had the structure and we could have easily followed and reached out to those who were trained.
Adams said that his administration has been in contact with the Civil Defense Commission.
So for the Prime Minister to say that no one from the RDC was in contact or took steps to activate those measures to bring relief to our people, he was being dishonest.
Yeah. Dishonest. Dishonest. They've remained true to who they really is and who they really be. Dishonest. Liars. You got a place in the list. According to the good book. Migrant executed this country. The man is good, you know. Good. Soon as he come back. Soon as you come back. Shriman Sumraj called Locke, a migrant, is alleged that there was some tampering with a GPL meter. Sumraj said, good, you know. Like how Linden went good. Then people carry an event to Linden. The Linden flood. Sumraj went good in the diaspora. Soon as he land back. Soon as he land back. Said he remigrated in 2023 with his wife. The couple apparently reported that the meter fell off when they arrived. Fell off, you know. The meter fell off. I had about to cough, and that's why you heard silence. Kill the mic. The meter fell off. When they arrived, leading to an inspection by a GPL staff. GPL killing people, you know. The couple were advised to visit the GPL office to resolve the issue, but were unable to pay 80,000. That's the whole minimum wage, you know. So if you got paid 80,000 for fix vacuum meter, you mean you eat in the month, you walk into work, you train your husband, your wife, you eat in the month, 80,000. Required to reconnect the meter. And it is believed that the meter was reconnected illegally. The couple can't pay 80,000. You see, GPL killing people, you know. They spare the ones so much pay for the boat out there. The power ship that's empowering. They spare the ones so much pay for that. GPL literally killing people in this country. Sumraj went good. Good, Sumraj went. That's in praise with his family. Jagabat's killing people. The power boat out empowering. Killing people. It's Animal Farm. Killing people in this country. Y'all be careful with those meters. I'm begging y'all. Be careful with those meters. Now you know. Respect and manners. Look what's happening here. Respect and manners. Telling us GPHC just had its first pediatric liver resection. It's a groundbreaking surgery performed on an 18-month-old female patient from Linden. 18 months old. It's a baby. liver resection. Right. Prayers for this child. Prayers for this child. Prayers for this child. They said this first pediatric liver resection went well. You want to say respect and manners to the doctors. You know, you got the medical professionals and political, you know. You get up. Doctor want to make up bread too. Pay a decent salary. You can work, contribute to nation building in your field, in your sphere, and doing a good job. And we say, when we see something good, we can point it out. We have a stifle ourselves. Die from you know, all these different diseases you got now. Meteor fall and people killing people now. So congrats to the folks there at the GPHC. Doing well. Congrats to the folks. Look this as well. Look at this as well. Female prisoners graduated successfully, completed sexual offenders and substance abuse training, finding something good to do at the time. I love it. Finding something constructive to do at the time. So it is an effort to prepare these 33 female inmates for reintegration into society. This is at the Tumeri prison. They were part of this program and graduated May 23rd. Kudos to them. Kudos to them and all the folks who've been involved in this. Kudos to them. How y'all doing? For information, share a lot of things that. For your information, Tumeri, them boys said they're ready. They're ready for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. They're ready for the surge of visitors. Are you up, sir? I hope people don't fetch your water for flush the toilet. Nobody didn't see for the runway lights. Yeah, but then get blackout. You know? Staff and dragging themselves from the place. Mean and nasty disposition. I hope you're ready for the surge. Indeed. Best wishes. The closer, folks. Those of you who watched our morning program, we told you. Some little squabble at City Hall with budget and councillors shouldn't be involved in preparing the budget. These are elected people, you know. Representing constituencies. They shouldn't hear from the constituents. Translate that into a felt needs budget. No. Left it to the administration. Pack of foolishness. Old pack of foolishness. Call up with the mayor, His Worship, Alfred Mentore today, to talk to him about this. Who's going to valid and credible information is? We're there. Take a look. Take a listen. The closer.
In relation to the budget itself, like you would have seen in the media and even discussed recently at the last statutory meeting, it has been something that we've been working on time and again to be able to get it earlier than it's supposed to be. By law, it should be done by latest March. We had some little challenges last year into this year where one of the treasurer herself, who would have retired around October, we had to get a new treasurer in. And by the time we worked with the local government commission and all of that to be able to have that other treasurer, it was by November we had that situation. So by the time that person get an understanding of what's going on and to be able to put her house or her office or her department in order, it took her a few months leading into Christmas into the next year. So we then had to have those various meetings set through the finance committee, and that to deal with each department, and all of that went on between, let's say, between January, February, March, and it flowed over into April. What we did end up having a situation is that the actual amounts for actual spending or expenditure for 2023, or at least a third quarter spending, and that is something that we had to sort out and to really get an idea. So if you're going to make a projection going forward to 2024, you must have an idea of what 2023 was about. So those were questions that were asked in a draft budget meeting where I would have initiated. So outside of the finance committee, where there are councillors from both sides on that committee, as well as anybody who has the time and could make the time available, could go to those meetings and have deliberations done. So, but because I didn't want to have limited deliberations, I made a special statutory meeting available to have all councillors to be part of the budget discussions, and if they have anything to make adjustments on, they can so do. And that was put in place. And the same councillor, the said councillor that in the media who would have making certain statement, I think it's Councillor Alfonso, he was very much part of the special statutory and made his contribution. So I was very disappointed when I saw him making certain erroneous statements to bring the council into disrepute.
And as you run that, isn't the process to have both the councillors come from a constituency that is impacted by the work that City Hall does?
Yes.
We have 15 in Georgetown, and you have 15 councillors elected, and then you have the what we call
PR councillors.
The PR councillors, which makes it 30. So isn't the councillors supposed to be involved in the budget preparation at some point?
Exactly. So those councillors themselves were part of the process. Those councillors themselves played a significant role, like I said, come in and bring your stuff to the table. We also had a lot of capital works, a lot of infrastructural stuff that we discussed at this special statutory meeting to treat with those issues. Long before us even getting to this budget itself, we would have asked the town clerk during the Christmas coming into the new year to set up constituency engagement with those persons. I think that we didn't get a chance to finalize on those things, but those things were initiated long into last year, long into this year. Again, we know the situation with the members of the administration, the kind of politics they play. Sometimes you ask yourself, members of the administration should have gone and contest the job to be elected as councillors rather than being officers, because they are playing to the tune of the government of the day, and in this case are trying to influence things that to cause us to look bad as a council, rather than they're doing their job as professional officers to be able to deal with matters of the council in general.
So the budget is being read on Monday?
It's being read on Monday. I just got a notice from the town clerk's department, based on the decision we took last Monday here, that we'll be having the budget day and the budget presentation on Monday at 10 o'clock. I will send out that information out to the media so that they could be very much part of the process, so that they can hear the plans and programs that the council has for the city for 2024.
Could you maybe, preempting that, tell us a couple of the big things that you're looking towards?
Well, initially, what is key, I must say, we have to finance the budget. So financing the budget will take a number of things to have on the income side. You have the income side and you have the expenditure side. I don't have the actual budget in front of me at this time, and I didn't get a chance to preview it. But I know from an income side, we have to work and have innovative ways in be able to generate enough monies to be able to finance our overall expenditure. We have plans for drainage within the various constituencies. There's a number of a few $100 million, a few $100 million that is planned for that. There's a few $100 million planned for that we're putting in place as it relates to our markets and our market development and other markets outside of Stabroek, the Vendors Arcade Mall and Border, where we're working with a particular plan and doing feasibility studies to treat with that. that is something that we'll be looking at to ask government to get involved in, either our public-private partners or other funding agencies to be able to treat with those issues. But there are other areas that we'll be looking at, like the Easter Penitence Market and the other All Bystone Market, where we'll be putting some funds in place as well. I think we've also considered funds to do some roads, so we could subcontract some of those roads that government themselves are not doing, because those areas are strongholds of a particular or I should say the coalition, so to speak. And some of those areas they're putting we're not treating with, so to speak. So we'll be working on a number of things within the city that we'll be addressing, outside of drainage, outside of roads, and many other projects within the city to be able to. But at the end, at that meeting itself, I'll be able to highlight those issues and highlight those areas that you really and truly want to know about.
Thank you very much. I noticed recently, and as you're in funding, there's always been a sore point, tax collection and businesses, especially in Georgia, paying taxes. I saw the president encouraging businesses to pay up their taxes. Have you seen an uptick in those taxes?
I've seen him make the statement at the last private sector commission meeting, where I think he even called on me as well to speak about the number of age-old assets that we have. So on the side, as you said, on the income side, we'll be working within the laws that we have to treat with matters according to I don't remember the particular section of the law, but it speaks of petty debt and distraint warrant. So we'll be looking at those, we'll be talking with our attorneys, because we have to be able to finance that particular side or have the income coming in from that side in order to finance the budget itself. So we'll be working with those persons. We even having a meeting either Monday or Tuesday to send out those demand notices, because as like the president have suggested, persons must pay up the taxes, and we as an agency that is a tax-based agency or tax-based body will have to be able to get those situations down. So we'll take a lead or a cue from him, as he suggested. Persons must pay their taxes. He spoke particularly to the private sector who were there, and he asked that many of those persons must address the issue of taxes, not only from a national standpoint, but from a local standpoint. So we'll be looking to have a meeting soon to treat to our demands, and we'll be sending out those demands throughout the length and breadth of the city to be able to get people informed of as to what they owe, understand that owing, and even if those persons have to come and do a payment plan or whatever with us, we'll be working with them to be able to treat with those issues, because it's very important. I also want to say something else on the issue of taxes, that there can be a number of persons who owe us. There will be a number of persons who has significant interests, sums in place. That is where our lawyers will be identified to be able to deal with those matters and to work situations out with those persons, not necessarily take them to court or take them to the magistrate court, like I said, for petty debt or distraint warrant, but at least try to have a workable solution with those persons so that we can find a way for those persons to honor their obligation as a civic responsibility to the city.
And finally, Mr. Mayor, as we're on money, as we're on budget and all of that, I heard the vice president, the other president, talk quite recently about businessmen coming to City Hall and paying millions in bribes or something to that nature. What do you make of that?
I've heard those conversations many a times over. I heard him say that in the campaign trail in June 2023. I also spoke of it when I became mayor of the city of Georgetown, that the stuff that he was saying is erroneous. The stuff that he's saying is false. The stuff that he's saying that these kind of situations have happened, and he also pointed a finger in my particular direction. He also spoke about selling of properties of this city itself. I asked him to provide any shred of evidence to speak to this. And I also did indicate to him at a subsequent meeting outside of when I became mayor and I had to make my first remarks. There was another time he said it, and I indicated to him the next time he go down that road, I will take him to court for all it's worth for defamation of character and so on. So I think that matter was put to rest. I think he understood that whoever's been advising him or speaking to him about these issues did not have all the facts, and that it may be a propaganda issue. So I think he hasn't been going down that road of recent, and I obviously respect that position, because sometimes when you have to, let people understand what's the position, you have to probably speak it out and speak it out aloud so persons can understand the seriousness of the implications that will come from such situations.
Excellent. Mr. Mayor, we know you have a busy weekend ahead of you. Budget reading is on Monday for City Hall here, and so we want to leave you to it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you much. Thank you again for having me.
All right. There you have it, folks. The mayor himself, that's the closer. That's the closer, folks. That being said, have a great weekend. That's our time. Good, folks, and that's our program. Thanks for joining us and staying with us. We're just over 9 o'clock. And that's it, folks. That's it. Have a great weekend. Have a great, fantastic, big weekend. Good to see you here this evening. Linda Booker. Good to see you, Joylyn Cook and Rosetta Barton. Andrew Griffith. Have a fantastic weekend. I see Diane and Andrew, Pamela, Sandra Hanover, Joylyn. Good to have you. Heaven Fit. Good to have you as well. And all the other folks joining us this evening. That being said, that being said, that's the time. That's our time, folks. Have a great weekend. Get some time for you, some time for family. Be gentle with yourselves, folks. Watch out for each other. That's going to do it for us. Stay safe. Auntie Sandra, good to see you. Royston Frank, Joylyn, Diane, Renella, good to have all of you. Pamela, have a good weekend, folks.